Welcome to Navigating the College Application Process. This informative presentation will guide you through all important aspects of the application process. My name is Kim Ferlato and I am happy to be the Director of School Counseling here at VHS. I will be going over the first few slides and concluding our presentation. Ms. Kathleen Grant will be addressing the student and teacher components of the application process, followed by Ms. Colleen Green providing more important information. Your school counselors, along with Mrs. Newman, our administrative assistant, will be instrumental in helping you through this process. You may also need your counselor's email address or phone extension to complete your college application. Topics that will be covered in this podcast are components of the application process, types of admissions policies, other important information, as well as scholarships and financial aid. There are three important components of the application process: the student component, the teacher component, and the school counselor or guidance component. Notice that there is no parent component in this process, as the parents should be there as mentors and coaches in supporting the students with their components.
There are 5 major tasks that students must complete in the college application process. We'll review each of these tasks in the next several slides. Your transcript is the most important component of your entire college application, as it's a record of all of your coursework. Since it's such an important document, it's really important that you review it before it is sent out to colleges and universities. Take a moment on the next couple of days and stop into the guidance office and see Mrs. Newman. She'll be happy to give you a copy of your transcript, which you can review before it is sent out to school. Once you review your transcript for accuracy, you'll be able to start completing your applications. If you haven't done so already, you need to create a common application account. You can do this directly through Naviance. Go into Naviance, and under the Colleges tab, you'll be able to click on Colleges I'm applying to and create an account directly through Naviance. In this section, you'll also be asked to complete the FERPA waiver. You can choose either to waive your right to read your letters of recommendation that are written on your behalf, or not to waive this right. We highly recommend that you waive your right to review your letters of recommendation. We do this because we recommend this because when college admissions officials are reviewing your letters of recommendation, if you haven't waived your rights, they're going to assume that the teachers that wrote your letters weren't being 100% honest, because they knew that you might be able to go back and to read the letters. So therefore, in order for these letters to really hold some weight, you need to waive your right to review the letters. Don't worry. Teachers are not going to accept your invitation to write a letter of recommendation if they don't have really nice things to say on your behalf. There's a couple of other things you need to keep in mind when you're completing your application. Obviously, you need to follow directions. You need to keep in mind the deadlines, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in the presentation. Proofread. The number of students that have come to me after they've submitted an application and said that they've made mistakes is staggering. So don't have too much pride to have someone review your application and review your essay before you send. Also, make sure that you save your applications often. The Common Application is a standard application that you can fill out once and send to multiple schools. So the beauty of this is there is one essay that you have to write and can be sent to multiple schools, as opposed to writing separate applications and separate essays for every school that you're applying to. Not all schools accept that common application. You'll be able to find out what schools do accept it by going to the Common Application website, but it's also in Naviance. So when you have the list of colleges that you're applying to on Naviance, there'll be a little icon to the right of the college name, and it'll indicate if this is a common application school. If it is a common application school, there'll be a little icon that has a CA for common application in a computer, and that will indicate that the school accepts the common application. Keep in mind that schools may also require a supplement to the common application, but that will be listed within the common application itself and then also on the common application website. It's easy to create a common application account. It can actually be done directly through Naviance. Once you create your account, you'll be able to add the schools which you are planning to apply. Once you have these schools on the list, the common application will indicate which schools need supplementary information, such as an additional essay. Make sure you keep your common application username and password handy. Colleges and universities only accept SAT and ACT scores when they're sent directly from the testing body. So you need to make sure that you go on to the College Board's website or ACT's website to request that your scores be sent to the colleges and universities that you're applying to. If you've not taken the SAT or ACT, you must register for a test immediately. As always, see your counselor if you have any questions. Letters of recommendation. If you haven't done so already, make sure you complete the Senior Uniqueness Form and Activity Resume on Naviance and have your parent fill out the parent brag sheet. These documents will help your counselor write her letter of recommendation for you. In terms of teacher letter of recommendation, there are several steps you must complete. First, you need to fill out the teacher recommendation form on the guidance website. Fill this out, print it out, and bring it with you when you go and ask your teacher to write a letter of recommendation on your behalf. When your teacher agrees to write a letter of recommendation on your behalf, give them this teacher recommendation form. You will also need to log into Naviance and fill out a request for letter of recommendation. This can be done in the Colleges I'm Applying to tab. Scroll down to the bottom of that section and you will see Teacher Letter of Recommendation Request. Make sure you ask your teachers at least 3 weeks before you plan on requesting your transcript. Also, note that teachers are writing letters of recommendation in addition to all of the other things that they do. So be sure to thank your teacher, and I would recommend that you write them a thank you note for their time. If you've not done so already, you'll need to submit a transcript release form along with a $5 transcript fee. The form can be found in the Forms section on the Guidance website. Fill out this form, sign it, and have a parent sign it, return it to the Guidance office. Once we've received the transcript release form with a $5 fee, and after steps 1 through 4 have been completed, you are ready to request transcripts. It's easy to request transcripts through Naviance. Once you log into Naviance, you click on the College tab. On the left-hand side of the screen, there will be a link to request transcripts. You can track the status of your transcripts through Naviance. Please note, if you have October 1st or October 15th deadlines, you must request your transcript as soon as possible. Naviance is a very important tool in the college application process. Here's a list of things that must be completed in Naviance. We also have a step-by-step guide in terms of using Naviance for the college application process. You can find this guide by clicking on the link at the bottom of the slide. As I said before, it's very important that you stay on top of your deadlines. It takes the Verona High School Counseling Department up to 15 school days to process the materials that are coming from Verona that need to be included in your college application. So if you have a November 1st deadline, you need to ensure that you submit your transcript request before October 11th. So please keep these deadlines in mind when filling out your application and submitting your transcript request.
Here we'll talk about the role of your teachers in your college application process. Students applying to four-year colleges will most likely need 2 teacher recommendations for their college applications. A few schools may ask for more than 2, but it's best not to send more recommendations than the college requires. Students should first ask the teachers in person to write a recommendation for them. Then students must complete the Teacher Request for Recommendation form, which is located on the school counseling webpage under Forms. One form must be completed for each teacher. Once this is completed, students turn the form in to the appropriate teacher. Then students must complete a request on Naviance. The directions for how to do this can be found on the school counseling website under Important Information for Seniors, or it can be accessed using the link on this page. If you're not sure which teachers to choose for your recommendations, make an appointment to see your counselor, and we are more than happy to help. Once teachers receive the Request for Teacher Recommendation form and the Naviance request, they will write your recommendation letter and complete the Common App teacher form. Your teacher will then upload all necessary materials to Naviance and submit them electronically to your colleges. Remember, the student is responsible for following up with the teacher to ensure that the recommendation has been uploaded to Naviance and submitted to colleges. Keep in mind that all recommendations are confidential. Now we're going to talk about the counselor's role in your college application process. Every college that a student applies to must receive an official transcript. An official transcript is a record of all of your final grades throughout your high school career, and it must be requested directly from the school counseling office. Official transcripts must be requested through Naviance. Once students have submitted all of the items on the senior college checklist, their Naviance account will be activated to permit them to request transcripts. For every transcript request, the school counseling department will send your counselor's recommendation, the Verona High School profile, a secondary school report, and an official transcript, which includes your senior year schedule. All transcript requests are processed in the order they are received. Next, we'll talk about the different types of admissions policies. Colleges explain their individual admissions policies on their websites, and not all colleges have every option that we'll discuss here. The first we'll review is early decision. Early decision is when a student must apply to a college early in the fall, and the college replies usually in December or January. If a student is accepted, he or she is obligated by contract to attend that college next fall. Early decision is binding. In other words, if you apply early decision to a college and you get accepted, you must attend. For this reason, students can only apply to one college under this policy. In addition, you must withdraw your applications from any other school to which you have applied. Not all colleges have an early decision option, and you'll receive more details about this policy later on in the presentation. The next policy we'll talk about is early action. Early action is not binding. Early action means that if you send in the application by a certain date, the college guarantees that you will receive an answer by a certain date. These dates are generally early in the college application process season. Moving on to rolling admissions. This policy is very common. This means that the admissions office reviews applications continually as they receive them. Decisions are made shortly thereafter, and notifications are then sent out. Therefore, it is in your best interest to get these applications out early for your best chance at admissions. Regular decision is also very common. This means that a student submits an application by a certain deadline set by the college, and the college sends out a decision by a certain date. The next admissions policy is open admissions. This means that just about all graduates from an academic high school are accepted. County colleges, such as Essex County College and County College of Morris, are examples of schools with open admissions policies. Sometimes even standardized tests aren't required for these types of schools. The last policy we'll discuss is priority or preferred. Sometimes, when you express interest in a school, they may provide you with a priority or preferred application that may waive the application fee and get processed sooner than regular applications. As you can see at the bottom of this slide, there is a link to the College Admission Glossary of Terms. This is a mini dictionary to assist you with the terms you will come across during the college application process. It is also located on the school counseling webpage under Post-Secondary College Info for Juniors, as well as under the Important Information for Seniors link. It is important to utilize both of these important links and get to know the terms used in the process. That way you'll understand how things work and feel comfortable when you see these terms. You will feel much more confident during the process if you stay informed. We discussed early decision a bit earlier, but if you're considering this option, here's a few more details that will help you. Remember that because early decision is binding, you have to really like the school if you apply under this policy. In fact, it should be your first choice school. It is also highly recommended that you have visited the school either on a private visit or during an open house. There is a form called the ED Agreement Form that you will need to complete, which lets the school know that you have every intention of attending if you are accepted. If the school is not a Common App school, the ED Agreement Form will be on the college's website and must be printed out and signed. Verona High School will not mail the form. It must be mailed in by the student. If your early decision school uses the Common App, you must indicate on the application that you're applying early decision, and the school counseling office will complete the early decision form electronically through Naviance. Here's some other important information that should help you during the process. Some students would like the colleges to see how they're doing after first marking period report cards. In this case, you are more than welcome to send a copy of your report card to admissions offices. Unfortunately, the school counseling office is only able to send out first marking period grades if we receive a direct request from the college in the form of either a phone call, an email, or a letter. Regarding mid-year grades, every college you apply to is expecting to receive your first semester grades. So we send out mid-year grades mid-February to all schools to which you have applied. This is done automatically for every student who has requested transcripts. Remember that mid-year grade reports do not include marking period or exam grades, only mid-year averages. There is no charge for this service, and you don't even need to fill out any forms. The most important thing to remember is that you need to keep your grades up. Colleges look to see that you maintain a rigorous course load and maintain your grades. It could mean the difference between getting accepted and getting denied. Some colleges have even been known to rescind an acceptance if a student has not maintained their academic rigor during their senior year. This next slide pertains to those students who are planning to play competitive sports in college. There are some important things for you to do. NCAA stands for National Collegiate Athletic Association. This organization makes sure that college athletes have the academic requirements to play sports at the college level. If you plan to play sports, the NCAA must receive a copy of your transcript and standardized test scores. While we will send your transcript upon request, you are responsible for sending your test scores. SATs are sent from College Board, and ACTs are sent from ETS. If you haven't already done so, you must register with NCAA as soon as possible. The website is right here on the slide, and you can request a copy of your transcript for NCAA on Naviance. For more comprehensive information about NCAA and college sports, there is the NCAA Athletic Vision presentation being held at Glenridge High School on October 24th at 7 p.m. Anyone planning to play college sports is highly advised to attend this important information session.
Here is some more important information. Many college representatives come to visit VHS in the fall. These visits are posted in Naviance under the Colleges tab. Students must sign up through Naviance and print their confirmation as their pass. College rep visits are an excellent opportunity to learn more about a school, as well as give the rep an opportunity to learn more about you. If you wish to send your resume or other additional information to a college, it is your responsibility to do so, either electronically or by mail. Since changes to your senior schedule may affect your admissions officers, it is important to discuss these changes not only with your school counselor and your parents, but with admissions officers from potential schools to which you are applying. As always, consult your counselor throughout the entire process with any questions. Financial aid and scholarships. Verona High School will host a financial aid night on Monday, December 2nd at 7 p.m. in the auditorium. There, a representative from the state will discuss state and federal financial aid programs, as well as review how to fill out the FAFSA form, which is the free application for federal student aid. As you are completing your college applications, you may also see a request to complete the CSS profile. This is an alternate financial aid form that is sometimes requested by some of the private institutions. It can be accessed through the College Board website. For more information on scholarships and special programs, you can access the Scholarships and Money tab on Naviance under Colleges. The technology resources listed on this slide will help you through the college application process. Some schools, such as Rutgers and SUNY schools, require no forms from VHS. We do ask that you complete a transcript request through Naviance so we know that you have applied, but VHS will not send anything. These schools ask you to self-report your grades through the application site. It is important that you have a copy of your transcript when doing so to ensure that the information you are reporting is complete and accurate. Here are some fast facts to help you complete your college application. Verona High School uses a weighted GPA on a 4.3 scale. If you cannot type in 4.3, you can indicate a 4.0 scale. Verona High School does not rank its students. Your cumulative GPA and decile will be on the bottom of your transcript. Your state student ID, which is also known as your NJ Smart ID, is on your transcript and can also be found in About Me tab on Naviance. Your class size is 154 students. Your CEEB code, or your school code, is 311550. And the Verona school address is 151 Fairview Avenue. Finally, don't stress and don't procrastinate. If you have any questions, please make an appointment with your counselor and we'll be happy to help you. We hope you have found this presentation informative and helpful in providing you with important steps in the application process. We look forward to working with you during this exciting time in your high school career.